Hello class, very good morning to all of you. Welcome to online lecture from St. Thomas High School, Mahua. So in last lecture what we have completed? In Gupta's age and other rurals. First Chandragupta I, that is of Ghatotkaч. Second Samudragupta. And third is Vikramaditya. So up to 7.2 we have completed. So we will start with our next page, that is Fahin, a Chinese pilgrim in the time of Chandragupta II, praised administration and proposed Gupta Empire. Though Chandragupta II was Vaishnav, he had a great respect for other religious. Army chief Amarakadev was a Buddhist and his state minister Vasan was a Shiv. Many masters were there in the capital Patliputra. So a Chinese pilgrim was handed over to a Gupta's emperor for the administration process. Okay, the Chandragupta II was a Vaishnav, so he respected all the religions. His army chief was Amarakadev, was Buddhist, and his state minister Varsan was a Shiv. Shiv means a person who is worshipping the Lord Shiva. And many things were developed in capital Patliputra. Because of cultural achievement achieved during his reign, the Gupta's age could become the golden age. Many cultural achievements were there because Ghatotkač and Samudragupta has won many various countries. No, you cannot say various countries, but various cities, towns, place. So very achievements is there. He was a patron of scholars and poets, means he was a sponsor and financier of scholars and poets. The great Sanskrit poet and playwright Kalidas was his royal poet. Dhanvantari was his royal Vaidya. So Kalidas was also from that age, Gupta's period. Dhanvantari was also from Gupta's period. You know, no, Kalidas, he was a great poet and a playwright also. Gem-like scientist Farah Mihir, Vitthal Bhatt, writer of Amarkosh, Amar Singh, etc. used to adorn the court. Means various scientists are there at that period who gave various innovations, who have done various innovations in that and got succeed. So this all the person are from Gupta's age, which give many contribution to a country. During his rule, sculpture and drawing developed. Many of the art pavilion of Ajanta caves were made during his time. In Vikramaditya's time, many arts and sculpture was developed. Ajanta caves were made during that time. He built a number of Buddhist monasters in the capital Patliputra. So numbers of Buddhists was also been in capital Patliputra. Mehroli Iron Pillar near Delhi was made during his reign. So here you can see the picture of Mehroli Iron Pillar. At that time it was developed, which has not rusted for century despite being in heat and rain. How many heat? How many seasons change? Or various seasons came, but this pillar is like that only. No rust is there in that pillar. Same like that. This was developed during the time of Vikramaditya. He made Ujjain as his another capital beside Patliputra. Patliputra was there only his capital, so he made also Ujjain as the capital. He divided the state as administration unit for running streamlined administration. So what he wanted? To run the administration softly. So he divided one to this, that this work you have to do, this work you have to do. So he divided the administration. In the year 1414, the great emperor Chandragupta Vikramaditya died. So in the year 414, Emperor Chandragupta Vikramaditya died. So now what happened? We'll see after his death. End of Gupta dynasty. After the death of Chandragupta II, his Majesty's son Kumargupta I came to throne. So what? After Chandragupta died, his son name, Majesty's son name Kumargupta came into the throne. During time, some famous caves of Nalanda and some caves of Ajanta were erected. So what Kumargupta had done? Famous cave Nalanda and Ajanta were developed. See here the picture 7.4 Nalanda University and 7.5 caves of Ajanta. You can see now. Then After Kumargupta I, his brave son Skandagupta came to power. The weak rulers of the past, Skandagupta time, could not withstand the assault attacks of the obsessive and powerful throne of the Gupta's empire disintegrated. After the death of the Kumar Gupta once, Skandagupta came into the power, but he was not as much powerful as the Chandragupta and Vikramaditya, Ghatotkacha and the Abu rulers. He was not as much powerful. So what? The end of Gupta dynasty came. Administration of Gupta's age. We get information about the administration during Gupta's age from records, smritis and Puranas. According to the governing body, has divided into three sessions. With three sessions? Central, provision and local. So in administration you have to remember three things. Divided in central, provision and local. Emperor was the center of Gupta's administration. He adopted titles like Maharaja Dhiraj, that is Param Bhagavad. So he got various titles like Maharaja Dhiraj and Param Bhagavad. So first, know it. The army chief was called Mahabalikrut. The army chief was called Mahadabalikrut. The minister of external affairs was called Mahasandhivagraha, who is doing the things of outside work. External affairs means outside office, like out of cities any work is there. So it is called Mahasandhivagraha. Chief of paces and gates guard were called Mahapratihar. Who see the gates, guards and all the things is known as Mahapratihar. Mahaswapati was the chief of cavalry army and the chief of army of elephant was called Mahapilupati. Who is taking care of elephants is known as Mahapilupati. Puspatal was appointed to take care of documents of the state, and who is seeing after the documents of state is known as Puspatal. Okay, now further continue with, usually prince was appointed as the head of the province. Kumaraditya and commissioner played a major role in the provisions. So Kumaraditya and commissioner played a major role in the provision. The provision was called Bhukti. What the provision was called? Bhukti. Whose head was regional. The provision was divided into district. Now that is divided into district, and the district was called Vish. Committee was formed at the village level, which include elder, village head and the important adult citizen. So you have seen in TV serials or where that panchayat is there, in that senior citizens are that, this type of committee was formed. Economic condition during Gupta age. In the economic terms, Gupta age was a golden period. Farming, internal trade and international trade were very developed. So economic terms, Gupta was a golden age. So now farming is there. Internal trade means a trade between different cities, and the international trade means the trade between different countries is known as the international trade. Was very developed. Special farming practices include annual 3-year and 5-year farming. Wheat, rice in North India, sugarcane in Gandhar, grapes and kesar in Kashmir. Coconut was in Kamagru were grown. Rice was grown in large quantity in Bengal. This is the place at which the things were grown. You have to remember it. Cotton is there in Gujarat and Sindh, and silk was produced in Bengal. Trade of condiments and spices, silk and cotton has developed in the South India. The condiments and spices means all the masalas is there, no? This will come in that. So these are very developed in South India. King used to take on 1/6 of the total production land was donated to Brahmin and temple. So we'll take example. If a person producing various rice, wheat or things, in out of production 100% is there. So he have to give out of 100, 1/6 part to Brahmins and temple for the development. International trade was the epitome of the Gupta age. Matlab, it means important at that time. Cotton, silk and spices were exported to Europe from India through Central Asian. Here the term exported means we are giving to other country like Europe. We are exporting our cotton, silk and spices to Europe through Central Asia, while cotton, silk, spices, condiments and timber are exported to east and west of the world through international ports like now. Cotton, silk and spices were exported to Europe only. Cotton, silk, spices, condiments and timber were exported to east and west. Through which port? Khambat port, Bharuch port, Soparas port and Tamaralipiti. These are the international ports. Gold and silverware, other items were imported. We are exporting this much item, cotton, silk, spices, condiments, timber, and we are importing gold and silver. Importing means we are taking from other countries. So, up to economic condition, we will keep our lecture. In next lecture, we will start with religious status. Thank you.